All right, good morning and welcome to what I believe is the last section on area. Okay, so far we found area of composite figures, so things that are regularly shaped, triangles, trapezoids, parallelograms, rectangles, all right? And now we're going to finish off by talking about circles, all right? Circles revolve around something called pi, okay? So pi is 3.1425, and like it just keeps on going, 125, and it keeps on going, all right? Does not repeat the same pattern, all right? So it is ongoing, but they can't ever find a pattern, okay? So looking at area of a circle, to find the area, you take pi times the radius squared. So the radius times the radius. So pi times r times r. Well, what is r? R is from the center all the way to the edge. Okay? So from the center, you draw a line to the edge. That is the radius. If I were to draw a line directly across through the center, in any direction through the center, that is called the diameter. The diameter is twice the distance of the radius. Okay? So if you're given the diameter and you need to find the radius, you just divide the diameter by 2 to find the radius. Okay? So looking at the first question, they want me to estimate the area of the circle using 3 as pi. So I'm using the number 3 as pi, not 3.14. Okay? So if I'm going to estimate the area, they tell me that the radius is 6 inches. And I find area by taking pi times r times r. Well, they told me that pi was 3, so 3 times 6 is going to be 108 inches squared. That is the estimated area of this circle. The actual area of the circle is going to be close to that. All right? But you got to remember that they used 3 as pi instead of 3.14. Okay? Looking at B. B, they give me the diameter of the circle instead of the radius. And so in order to find the radius, I have to divide it by 2, which is going to give me 25.2 as the radius. So to find the area, I take 3 times, because remember 3, they're replacing that with pi, 25.2 times 25.2, which is going to give me 1,875 meters squared. Okay? I don't expect you to do that in your head. You could do it on paper, but you could also do it on the calculator. Okay? Looking at number 2, they want me to use pi, which is 3.14 ongoing. They want me to use it as a fraction 22 over 7. So we're not estimating, but if you took 22 divided by 7, you're going to come up with something that is similar to pi. Okay? That's 3.14. All right? So, in the first circle, they give me the diameter. Notice that it's at an angle. As long as it goes through the center, and you're going from one edge through the center to the other edge in a straight line, that's going to be a diameter no matter whether you're going this way, straight across, at an angle, it doesn't matter. Okay? So they give me the diameter, which remember the radius is what I need, so I divide by 2, which is 7. You take pi, which is 22 over 7, times 7 over 1, which is the radius, times 7 over 1, which is the radius. And then you multiply across, and you will end up getting 154 inches squared once you reduce your fraction. Okay? Looking at B, they give me the radius this time. And so the radius is 21 inches. So I'm going to take 22 over 7 times 21 over 1 times 21 over 1. And if you cross cancel, you're going to get 22 times 3, which is 66. 66 times 21, which is going to be 1,386 inches squared. That's the area of this circle here. Okay. On number 3, the last one, we actually start using pi, or at least a form of pi. So they tell me to use 3.14 as pi. And they tell me that the diameter is 20 inches, but remember we have to divide by 2, so that's where I get the 10. So the radius is 10 inches. So you're going to take 3.14 times 10, which is 31.4. Then times 10 again, which gives me 314 inches squared. All right? So pay attention to what they want you to use pi for, like what number to use pi as, and if they don't tell you, then use 3.14. You can use the pi button, but your answer is going to be, it's going to have some decimal places, so it's going to be close to what this would be, but it's going to be just a little off because of all the decimal places that you have to deal with. Okay? So take your time, try the practice problems, come in with any questions you might have.